Greetings, Penndale. Welcome to our next installment of Penndale TV. I'm Eric Jesperger.
And I'm Rachel Allmark.
First up, Penndale, there's a new editor in the Penndale TV seat. And here's Divya with Who Are You?
Hello, joining us here on Penndale TV is the 9th grade English teacher and the advisor of our annual musical, Mrs. Sell. My first question is, what is your favorite part about being an English teacher here at Penndale?
I really like the variety of literature we have. I've done 8th grade and 9th grade and in here at Penndale, but I've also done 7th grade back in New York State. And it's really great to have different things to read and different things to do.
What do you like to do in your free time outside of school?
I'm actually, I have a 9-year-old son and I have a 6-year-old daughter. So Tuesdays is Cub Scout nights. So when I'm not teaching English, I'm actually teaching 3rd graders knot tying skills and how to whittle and things like that. Wednesday nights is dance night with my daughter.
What student activity have you recently started advising?
Apparently, I'm taking on the role of PDTV and I'm helping out with editing and directing, script writing, that kind of fun thing. So a couple different hats going on.
What has intrigued you the most about Penndale TV, and why have you chosen to undertake this new role?
A long time ago, when my son was not in existence, so a good 9 years ago, I used to direct the musicals. So I do know, I also teach the theater arts classes here. But basically, I know a lot about tech, I know a lot about acting, a little bit about English and reading and making sure that we all are saying what we need to. So it seems like a good fit.
Thank you for your time, and back to you in the studio.
The 9th grade physical science teachers organized a lab for science at Bear Creek Mountain in mid-February. Here's Thunderstorm Karp with more on the story.
Thanks, Liz and Eric. I'm Thunderstorm Karp here with Mr. Wendell and Megan Cleary to talk about the massive tubing trip that the 9th graders took to Bear Creek. Mr. Wendell, how is this trip different than a ski club trip that you take on Fridays?
Well, on Fridays we have ski club and we go up to Spring Mountain, and students sign up during the week, and then they get to go up to the mountain and ski all evening if they like. This trip was a physics trip, so we were looking at acceleration, speed. We were also taking a look at the forces of friction for kids when they were tubing. So we had about 6 of these radar guns, and we had a number of teachers lined down the slopes, and we were getting the speeds and times as the students came past. So this trip was more of an educational trip, but I know that the kids had fun.
Megan, what was the weather like on the mountain? It was pretty cold and windy that week here in Lansdale.
It was pretty chilly and a little windy, but not too bad.
What would you recommend future students do? Would you go on this trip or recommend they do it next year?
I recommend that students should go on this next year because it's really interesting to learn about what you do with the radar guns and when you go down. And it's fun to your friends.
Thanks so much. Back to you guys in the studio.
You know, I was going to make a sledding pun, but sledding puns slay me. In other news, on Friday, February 24th, students in Dr. Kleinert's and Mrs. Kern's reading class were able to Skype and meet virtually with author Terry Truman. Students read his work and were able to interact and ask the author questions about his writing. how to get work published, and how the work impacts them. The students enjoyed reading Truman's book, Stuck in Neutral. The book is based on Truman's real son, who has cerebral palsy. The readers experienced extreme dramatic irony, as he knew everything the main character Sean was thinking and feeling. However, the rest of the characters of the book only viewed Sean as a disabled child with cerebral palsy. The students, and as readers, walked away understanding and connecting with Sean as a regular teenage boy. Stuck in Neutral is a great story and can be found right here in Penndale's IMC.
Recently, Penndale was represented at the Mathcounts competition. One team of 4 students plus 6 extra individuals competed with their math skills. Here's Sophie with the scoop.
Hello, Penndale. This is Sophie with the Scoop. I'm here today with 2 students from Penndale's Mathcounts team, City, Date, and KCN. City, what is the Mathcounts competition?
Mathcounts is a nationwide competition, and last Saturday we went to compete, and there's 4 people on the actual team, and for 20 minutes we work on a set of 10 problems together, and usually we just assign a few problems to each person.
What was your favorite part of the competition?
It was the countdown round and watching this guy go from eighth place to first place.
City, what place did Penndale's team get?
As our team round, we got 3rd place out of 19.
That's very impressive. Thanks for joining me today. From Penndale TV, I'm Sophie with the Scoop. Back to you in the studio.
Coming up the first weekend of March, it's not March Madness, it's Penndale's spring musical, The Addams Family. Here's Sophie with the scoop.
Hello, Penndale, and welcome back to Sophie with the Scoop. I'm here today with 2 students in Penndale's upcoming musical, The Addams Family. Chelsea, what is your role in the show?
I am the student director of the musical.
What is the show about?
The Addams family loves death and all things creepy, and when this new normal family comes into the show and Wednesday's in love with the boy, it gets all crazy and out of order. And
Brandy, what do you do in the show?
I'm student choreographer.
How is this different than Shrek?
Shrek is really fun and uplifting and happy, and the Addams family is very funny still, but it's a little dark.
Chelsea, how do you buy tickets and how much are they?
You can buy them from Mrs. Hartzell in the main office. They're $8. We have 3 shows, Friday, March 3rd, Saturday, March 4th. They both start at 7 p.m. And then Sunday, March 5th, we have a matinee, and it starts at 2 p.m.
Brandy, is there anything extra going on?
We have Assembly Day, March 2nd, which is the preview, and then carnations and candygrams are sold at the lobbies during the shows.
Thanks for joining me today. From PDTV, I'm Sophie with the Scoop. Back to you in the studio.
Speaking of March, spring sports are assembling. Be sure to have your health forms ready before tryouts. If you are planning to play spring track, baseball, softball, or any other spring sport. See the following coaches with any questions if you're interested in participating in the following spring sports. For the guys, 7th and 8th grade baseball, Mr. Joy. 9th grade baseball, Mr. Childs. Boys track is Mr. Evans. 9th grade boys tennis is Mr. Watton at the high school. 9th grade track is Mr. Jones and Mr. Schwenker at the high school. And 9th grade boys volleyball, Mr. Ganova also at the high school.
For the ladies, 7th grade lacrosse, Miss Audenwelder. 8th grade lacrosse, Mrs. Hibbs. 9th grade lacrosse, Miss Hoffman. 7th grade softball, Mr. Matzinger. 8th grade softball, Mr. DeCiro. 9th grade softball, Mr. Bruner. 7th and 8th grade track, Mr. Brick.
Well, that's about it for Penndale TV. I'm Eric Jesperger.
And I'm Rachel Allmark. Now here's a little teaser for the Addams Family, while you may catch some candid shots from our very own Valentine's Day dance. Remember to place your order for your yearbook. See you soon, Penndale.
was a man who had a beautiful wife and two beautiful children. A humble man, I say, yet within his heart beat the heart of a loyal and steadfast husband who worshipped his wife and treasured the ground she walked on. Thank you. And one day, a fox appeared and gave him a box made of rare wood and Spanish leather. What's in the box? Asked the kind man, and the fox said, a little secret, but you must never open it. So the man took it home, and his wife said, let's open it anyway. And the kind man said, don't push it, honey. We got a good thing going. And they never did open it. And everyone lived happily ever after. Full disclosure.
Well, we'll just have to come back to you. Oh, Wednesday's turn. Pass.
Oh. Yes, let's hear from Fester. The chalice.
I am in love.